I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon and welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Unpaid deployed teachers camp at the Ministry of Education as they seek answers. Gears calls for amendments of the CDF Act. Join me with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the media news in detail. Street vendors in Lusaka Central Business District are allegedly being swindled by an association calling itself the Vendors Association, which is going round collecting money from them with a promise of being allocated trading space at the Simon Mwewa Land Market, which is under construction. The Lusaka City Council LCC recently put up the advertisement calling on interested people to make applications in order to be allocated space at the new market. In an interview, Independence Ward Chairman Mr. Ngambele Kabela has called on the council to ensure a transparent allocation process to avoid leaving room for corruption.
The number of markets in Zambia has never been enough to meet the ever-rising demand, as majority of women and youths in the country have ventured into informal activities such as market trading. This has pushed many of them into the streets as they have no formal trading places. Street vendors have often fought running battles with the local authorities as they contribute to vices such as littering. The outbreak of diseases like cholera has also been attributed to many factors, among them the selling of cooked food by street vendors, which is prepared in a questionable environment. It has often been noted that the solution is to build more markets. The Lusaka City Council recently called on interested people to apply for trading places at the new Simon Mwewa Land Market, which is almost complete. However, Independence Ward Chairman at the Lusaka Central Business District, Mr. Ngambele Kabela, alleges that an association is going around collecting application fees in the name of the Lusaka City Council.
There is an association called the Vendors Association, which was an association for the previous government. What information we have on the ground is that they've got a pre-list of people who are supposed to be at the new market.
So ngate ifyo ngachashi kupasana vakanzo mupose kwa mano ngatamulata mupose kwa mano inshira market ta skate kukaba ifyo ngwefingisana so vakanzo tulelomba mubombe ifo mufilo kubomba.
An affected street vendor Mary Zulu has also aired her voice.
Ine nankhala street zakazambiri no shop no stand. So hapa namvela tikuli ma stand kucho ku Simpsoni. So timvela tivanazula kudala ngavanazula niwe ndani pakuti hapa ndipo niwakamba kuti tista ma apply. So ise ma apply yayo ndipo neti yamvela tiziyambo chitali apply vakamba tiyanazula.
Meanwhile, Town Clerk Mr. Alex Mwansa says no association has been engaged to collect application fees on behalf of the council.
We are not aware of any other process. It has not been endorsed by the council. The only one endorsed by the council is the one we advertised in the press.
The affected traders have called for clear communication channels to avoid traders being swindled. Zipora Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Representatives of 3,000 teachers who have not yet been placed on payroll despite being deployed by government have camped at the Ministry of Education in Lusaka. The teachers who sought audience with the Minister of Education, Douglas Yakalima, were unable to meet him as they have been informed that he is away on official duty in France. They have, however, refused to leave the office premises, stating that they will spend nights at the ministry until their matter is addressed.
We are tired. This is a new dawn. This is a new dawn. We are tired. There are so many things to do. Every day talking about payroll. Every day talking about payroll. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
These are representatives of 3,000 teachers who have not been placed on payroll for over 1 year now, despite having been formally recruited and holding formal employment letters. The teachers have been in the media for a long time now, seeking answers from the government over the matter. They state that while some teachers recently recruited have been placed on payroll, this group has been left out. Monday morning, the teachers visited the Ministry of Education to seek audience with the new minister, Mr. Douglas Yakalima. The aggrieved teachers were unable to meet him as they were informed that he is away in France on ministerial duties. This has not deterred them as they have decided to set camp here and have since shifted braziers and cooking utensils to the ministry.
After seeing that nothing has been moving on our side, we decided to come and follow it up and to get the first-hand information from the Honorable Minister. It's unfortunate that we've been told that he's in France. But we'll wait for him because we have no choice. We'll wait for him. As you've seen here, we'll be cooking from here, we'll be sleeping from here. Yes. What we want is just justice in the education system.
We are demanding that we get the official statement from government because ever since we started pushing this matter, we have not gotten any official statement from the government. And then we are appealing to the president, the Republican president of Zambia, to look at this issue with the critically, and it should be treated as an emergency because we haven't been on payroll for some time now. Yeah. Who gets a job, they give you everything. No, we've employed you. You've been appointed under the name of the president. Then you are not getting your pay.
They say they will accept nothing but a solution to their problem as they have been addressed enough.
So now what we are asking the ministries, what criteria are they using to place them on payroll? Number one. Number two, does it require us also to get connected for us to be deployed? No. Does it require us to be connected to anyone for us to be deployed? No. So what we are asking for from our government, our Bale, our father, is that may he consider us teachers because we are going through a lot of challenges. Let government consider us the same way they are considering the nurses, the doctors, because the Minister of Finance mentioned these people. In Parliament that day, he was presenting the budget. He said, we are aware that there are some people in the Ministry of Health who are not on payroll. So they are in this budget. But us teachers who are not on the payroll, we were not mentioned in that budget. So we are so surprised. We are so surprised. No wonder why we are here.
Stakeholders in the education sector have been calling for an investigation into how these teachers were recruited, saying it is illogical for them to be recruited but not placed on payroll. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
The Governance Elections Advocacy Research Services Gears Initiative has called for the amendment of the Constituency Development Fund Act to ensure release of funds on time for execution. Gears Executive Director McDonald Jipenzi has noted that the current law does not provide a specific time for the disbursement of CDF funds to constituencies due to long procedures by the Ministry of Finance, which consequently delays the execution course. Meanwhile, Mr. Jipenzi has further called for depoliticizing of the Ward Development Committee to ensure inclusiveness in the execution of the CDF. He notes that in recent past, citizens are on record complaining of not benefiting from CDF by virtue of being in the opposition, which he says the narrative must change going forward. Mr. Jipenzi was speaking to Camnet TV when he appeared on Camnet TV's breakfast show Monday.
Like I said, I think one time you covered this story, is that the law at the moment gives power to the minister to only release that fund or approve the project in April. Okay, so like now up to March, it is an issue of identifying projects and the submission of those projects to the minister for approval. Okay, and the law gives the minister 30 days in which to consider approving those CDF projects. And in an event that maybe the project, the CDF guys, they have brought the budget that is beyond the money, then the minister will tell these people to resubmit. And you know the process. This submitting may also take another 1 month to reduce the budget to that level, and so on and so forth. So what we expect now is that with these huge sums of money, we need to amend the Constituency Development Act. Okay, so that at the end of the day, we don't have very limited time to implement this project. Because the moment you have limited time to implement project, then abuse will come in, fraud will come in, fake receipts will come in, so that you finish the money and understand the money, how the government money works. Once it's the 1st December, whatever you have not used must go back to control 99. So now, if implementation starts, let's say April is for approval, the whole country, it means that implementation starts in May. And May to December, and actually May to November, because December again is an issue of retiring. Okay, so May to November, how many months to finish 25.7 million? Is that possible? No.
State Counsel Mtema, who was recently arrested together with his son and the Chief Detective Inspector for allegedly stealing 800,000 United States dollars from Lishando Chinjenge, have denied the charge before Lusaka Chief Resident Magistrate Dominic Makalashi. In this matter, State Counsel Mtema and his son Mtema Jr. have been slapped with 1 count of theft contrary to Section 272 of the Penal Code, while a Chief Detective Inspector Dennis Kayombo Mano is facing a charge of theft by public servant.
2 Lusaka lawyers who were recently arrested by the police on allegation that they had stolen money during a police siege at a named property made their first court appearance before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court since they were released on bond last month. State Counsel Mtema, 62, and his son Mtema Jr., 40, have been jointly charged with the Detective Chief Inspector Omano on theft allegation charges. The trio, who appeared before a Lusaka magistrate Monday morning, are said to have stolen 800,000 United States dollars, according to a police statement. Facts allege that on the 19th of October 2021, police received information that Mr. Chenge was in possession of an undisclosed amount of money at his residence that was believed to have been unlawfully obtained. A search party of officers, among them Detective Chief Inspector Mano, was constituted to conduct searches on 2 premises in Salama Park and another in Ibex Hill. Both searches were witnessed by both lawyers, Mutemo Senior and Junior, on behalf of Mr. Chenge.
Police have formally charged and arrested Mtema State Counsel for the offense of theft, while Detective Chief Inspector Mano Kayombo for the offense of theft by a public servant. The duo have been detained in police custody and will appear in court soon.
It is alleged that whilst the search was going on at the Ibex Hill premise, Inspector Mano and State Counsel Mtema, who were instructed by Mtema Jr. to assist, went to Salama Park residence and picked up 2 bags suspected to have contained the sought money from one of the motor vehicles belonging to Mr. Chenge on his instruction for safe custody. However, the trio have denied the said allegation this morning after taking their plea.
Today you make news today.
Trial is expected to commence on the 23rd and 24th of this month. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
UNPAID deploy teachers camp at the Ministry of Education as they seek answers. GEAS calls for amendment on the CDF Act. Those were the headlines. Thank you for joining me. Good afternoon.